Hi guys, I'm back with another video. If you're a fan of Isekai anime, 2026 is looking absolutely stacked, and some of these returns might actually surprise you. Just when we thought the genre might slow down, demon lords, assassins, healers, and overpowered heroes are all coming back at once. New seasons, special episodes, even movies. This year is packed. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's jump straight into the top 10 returning Isekai anime coming in 2026. Number 10. Skeleton Knight in Another World Season 2 proves that this series is more than just a lighthearted power fantasy isekai. What once felt like a fun adventure now evolves into a story with real weight and purpose. While Season 1 leaned heavily on comedy and Ark's overwhelming strength, Season 2 carefully expands the world and raises the stakes. Ark is no longer a carefree traveler. He is drawn into political tensions, racial discrimination, and the brutal reality of slavery, forcing him to confront the darker side of this world. The show does an excellent job balancing humor with serious themes, making the narrative feel grounded without losing its charm. Supporting characters, especially Ariane, play a more active role, giving the story stronger emotional balance. The action is smoother, magic battles feel more tactical, and Ark's power is used with intention rather than pure spectacle. With improved pacing and deeper world building, Season 2 feels more mature and meaningful. It doesn't reinvent Isekai, but it refines it, delivering a confident, satisfying continuation that rewards returning fans. Number 9. The World's Finest Assassin. Season 2 aches the foundation of the first season and sharpens it into something more calculated and intense. Unlike typical isekai that rely purely on overpowered action, this series continues to stand out through strategy, patience, and moral tension. Season 2 dives deeper into Lu's dual identity, a cold, professional assassin, and a young noble navigating relationships, politics, and destiny. The missions feel more complex, with higher risks and consequences that actually matter. What truly elevates this season is how it explores manipulation, sacrifice, and the cost of choosing logic over emotion. Supporting characters are no longer just tools. They have clearer motivations and emotional weight, making Lu's decisions feel heavier. The pacing is tighter, the planning sequences are more engaging, and the action feels earned rather than rushed. While it still carries familiar isekai elements, Season 2 focuses more on psychological warfare than raw power. It's a calm but deadly continuation that rewards viewers who enjoy smart storytelling over mindless spectacle, proving that intelligence can be just as thrilling as strength. Number 8. The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. Season 2 takes a concept that initially felt comedic and turns it into something surprisingly intense and meaningful. What makes this series stand out is how it completely flips the traditional role of a healer. Instead of staying in the backlines, Usato's brutal training and unconventional fighting style push him to the front, where healing becomes a weapon in itself. Season 2 deepens this idea by raising the stakes and expanding the battlefield. The tone feels more serious, focusing on survival, responsibility, and the mental toll of constant combat. Usato's growth is the core strength of this season. He's no longer just a confused high schooler, but someone slowly accepting the harsh reality of war. The supporting cast, especially Rose, continues to play a strong mentor role, adding pressure and emotional weight to Usato's journey. Action scenes feel more physical and exhausting, making victories feel earned. While it still has lighthearted moments, Season 2 leans more into grit and progression, making it a satisfying continuation for viewers who enjoy underdog growth with a unique twist. Number 7. Ascendance of a Bookworm. Season 4 continues its quiet but powerful storytelling, proving that isekai doesn't need constant battles to be engaging. This season focuses heavily on politics, social class, and the consequences of knowledge in a rigid world. Mine, now more aware of her influence, faces growing pressure from nobles, the church, and the systems she once tried to ignore. What makes Season 4 special is its patience. Instead of rushing major events, it carefully builds tension through dialogue, strategy, and emotional restraint. Relationships deepen, power struggles feel more dangerous, and every decision carries long-term consequences. The world building remains one of the strongest in the genre, turning small cultural details into meaningful plot points. Visually subtle but narratively rich, this season rewards attentive viewers. Ascendance of a Bookworm. Season 4 isn't about overpowering enemies. It's about surviving a world that resists change. A thoughtful, mature continuation that proves intelligence and persistence can be just as compelling as raw strength. Number 6. I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World. Returns not with a full Season 2, but with a special TV episode that serves as both a continuation and a reminder of the series' popularity. As of now, a proper Season 2 has not been officially confirmed, but this special episode exists to keep the fanbase engaged and the story alive. The series has always leaned into extreme wish fulfillment, and the special episode stays true to that formula. Yuya's double life between the real world and the fantasy realm remains the core appeal, focusing on his sudden growth, confidence, and overwhelming power. Rather than pushing the story forward in a major way, the special episode works more like an extended bonus, highlighting character moments, action scenes, and the charm that made the first season popular. It doesn't answer long-term plot questions, but it reinforces why fans enjoyed the series in the first place. This special episode should be seen as a bridge, not a sequel. While Season 2's future remains uncertain, the TV special keeps hope alive and signals that the franchise is not done yet. Number 5. Saga of Tanya the Evil, Season 2. Saga of Tanya the Evil returns, with a sharper focus on ideology, war, and psychological conflict. This season doesn't just escalate the battlefield, it deepens the mind games between Tanya, the Empire, and the unseen divine force manipulating her fate. Tanya remains one of Isekai's most unique protagonists, ruthless, logical, and terrifyingly intelligent. Season 2 places her in even harsher military situations, where victory is never guaranteed, and every decision carries devastating consequences. What truly stands out is the show's commitment to portraying war as brutal and exhausting rather than heroic. Political tension, strategic warfare, and moral compromise take center stage, making every battle feel meaningful. The animation and sound design enhance the chaos of war, while Tanya's internal monologues continue to expose her fragile balance between survival and defiance against being X. This season feels more intense and focused, pushing the narrative beyond simple reincarnation tropes. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Season 2 is not about power fantasy, it's about control, belief, and the cost of ambition. A cold, calculated continuation that rewards viewers who enjoy dark, intelligent storytelling. Number 4. The Eminence in Shadow, Lost Echoes, works as a cinematic extension of the series rather than a simple side story. As a movie, it amplifies everything fans love: stylish action, dramatic irony, and Sid's unmatched commitment to playing the role of a shadow mastermind. Lost Echoes places Sid and Shadow Garden into a more focused, high-stakes narrative, allowing the story to breathe with better pacing and visual intensity. The film leans heavily into the contrast between Sid's absurd self-awareness and the very real consequences unfolding around him. What makes this movie stand out is how it balances comedy with genuine tension. While Sid treats everything like a performance, the world continues to suffer, fight, and evolve, creating a sharp emotional disconnect that feels intentional. Animation quality is noticeably upgraded, especially during large-scale battles and dramatic reveals. Rather than pushing massive lore expansions, Lost Echoes strengthens the identity of the franchise. It feels like a reward for longtime fans, a stylish, confident movie that reinforces why The Eminence in Shadow thrives on controlled chaos and perfectly executed delusion. Number 3. Re:Zero, Season 4, continues to push the series deeper into psychological pain, emotional growth, and brutal consequences. This season doesn't rely on shock value alone. Instead, it focuses on Subaru's inner transformation and the cost of constantly starting over. Return by death remains a curse rather than a power, and Season 4 makes that suffering feel heavier than ever. The story slows down in the right moments, allowing trauma, regret, and fear to fully settle in. Subaru is no longer just trying to survive. He is learning how to carry responsibility without breaking apart. Supporting characters receive stronger emotional arcs, turning past mysteries into painful revelations. What makes Season 4 stand out is its maturity. It trusts the audience to sit with discomfort, silence, and emotional exhaustion. The stakes feel personal rather than explosive, and every decision feels like it could permanently scar the characters involved. Visually restrained, but emotionally intense, this season reinforces why Re:Zero is not a typical isekai. It's a story about endurance, self-worth, and choosing to move forward even when the world refuses to be kind. Number 2. Mushoku Tensei. Season 3 feels like a turning point rather than just another continuation. This season focuses less on adventure spectacle and more on emotional consequences, maturity, and long-term character growth. Rudius is no longer a child learning the world. He is someone forced to live with the weight of his past choices. Season 3 explores adulthood, relationships, responsibility, and regret with uncomfortable honesty. What makes this season stand out is its willingness to slow down and let emotions breathe. Family bonds, romance, and personal failure take center stage, making the story feel deeply human despite its fantasy setting. The world building remains rich, but it serves the characters rather than than overshadowing them. Visually, the animation continues to deliver subtle expressions and atmospheric storytelling, enhancing emotional moments rather than flashy action alone. Mushoku Tensei has always been controversial, and Season 3 doesn't shy away from that. It confronts it. This season isn't about redemption through power, but growth through self-awareness. It's a mature, introspective chapter that rewards viewers who stayed for the long journey, proving why this series remains one of the most emotionally layered isekai ever made. Number 1. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Season 4. Slime reaches a major milestone as it officially returns in 2026, with not just Season 4, but a brand new movie released alongside it. This announcement alone shows how strong and confident the franchise has become. Season 4 is expected to push Tempest into an even larger political and military spotlight, where Rimuru is no longer a rising power, but a true global force. Diplomacy, alliances, and large-scale conflicts are set to take center stage, raising the stakes beyond personal battles. At the same time, the movie offers a cinematic expansion of the Slime universe, allowing for higher production value, intense action, and focused storytelling that complements the main series. What makes this moment special is balance. Slime has always mixed comfort, strategy, and hype, and this dual release feels like a reward for longtime fans. Rimuru's journey from a simple reincarnation to a demon lord reshaping the world finally enters its most ambitious phase. With Season 4 and a movie arriving together, 2026 is shaping up to be the biggest year yet for the Slime franchise. And that's it. If you found something new to watch, make sure to smash that subscribe button for more anime content just like this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.